Good afternoon. I would like to welcome each of you online to North Harrison High School to witness our first and hopefully last virtual graduation. My name is Matt Kellums. I'm the principal here at North Harrison High School. While this is our first ever virtual graduation, this is our 51st graduating class from North Harrison High School. We hope to have our regular in-person graduation July 11th at 10 a.m. Having said that, I'm thrilled to share this special moment with each of you today. Before we begin, I would like to recognize the people that would normally be seated behind me on the stage, even though they're not here with me today. Superintendent, Dr. Lance Richards. Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Steve Hatton. High School Assistant Principal, Mr. Daniel Wainscott. Board President, Ms. Veronica Batista. Board Vice President, Mrs. Marla Adams. Board Secretary, Mr. Steve Hanger. Board Member, Mr. Greg Opel. Board Member, Mr. Kerry Engel. Normally I would pause as everyone applauds, but now I'll just go ahead and move on. The North Harrison High School class of 2020 is the first class in which we will honor based on the Latin honor system, moving away from our traditional valedictorian and salutatorian. The Latin honor system, if you're not familiar with it, designates three categories for graduates: cum laude, which is Latin for with praise; magna cum laude, which is Latin for with great praise; and summa cum laude, which is Latin for with highest praise. I would like to recognize these students at this time, and they will be wearing stoles signifying this distinction. Cum laude students finished with a grade point average of 3.75 to 3.99. Those students are as follows: Zoe Akers, Ariel Cam, Electra Knight, Jaden Martin, Madison Messick, Mallory Ness, Mariah Peak, Luke Robertson, Dylan Saltzgaver, Tony Scott, Jennifer Sellers, Sierra Simler, Alicia Smith, Ethan Spann, Devin Tronson, and Haley Wachtel. Magna cum laude students finished with a grade point average of 4.0 to 4.24. Those students are as follows: Alexis Blessinger, Marcus Berger, Kirsten Cox, Chloe Kittner, William Oakley, Sydney Tronson, Sarah Wainscott, and Tucker Wheatley. Finally, the summa cum laude students finished with a grade point average of 4.25 and higher. Those students are as follows: Ellie Cassidy, Natalie Coomer, Alexander Hill, Madeline Marink, Lucille Robertson, Sadie Rothrock, Gabrielle Scott, Naomi Scott, and Chloe Sigg. The second part of our move to the Latin honor system was deciding who would give the graduation speeches. All of the students in the summa cum laude category were given the opportunity to write and perform speeches. Those speeches were then sent to us digitally, viewed by a panel of administrators, counselors, teachers, and student council representatives. They voted and determined the top two speeches that would act as our graduation speeches today. And please understand this was not an easy task, because all of the speeches were very well written and very well performed. I would like to introduce our first graduation speech for the class of 2020. Madeline Marink will perform our first graduation speech.
I would say the class of 2020 pulled off the longest senior skip day in history. Many of us came into the world during one of the most tragic times in history, 9/11. These past months have brought the feeling of tragedy and fear back into the world. I know no one could have imagined our senior year was going to end this abruptly. When I heard school was canceled, my dad tried to get me to crack a smile, saying, "Maddie, you were just saying you were ready for the next chapter." I think we can all say we did not know how much we had left until it was taken from us. I tried to look at the glass half full and was having a hard time until I saw a post on social media. Posts were saying, "We were the class that could handle this." This class of 2020 in middle school was called Small But Mighty. I'm not going to lie when I say I took it as a compliment. However, come to find out, it was not. We were the smallest class all through middle and high school, but we have had the most power. We have won back-to-back Power Puff and Buff games and won class competitions despite all odds. Teachers said we were the careless grade and immature. Yet these past couple months, we have all grown up in our self-quarantine. We have all come together to take back what we have lost, like prom, graduation, and final gatherings before we all go our separate ways. So many people told me, do not wish your high school years away, and in the middle of this year, I was the one constantly saying, I'm over it and I need to get out. But I cried the day the governor announced no more school for the rest of the year. I thought about all the laughs I was never going to have and goodbyes I never gave. I'm one of the youngest in the class, and every year on the last day of school, my mom asks me, "Are you sure you don't want me to hold you back a grade?" I never hesitated to say, "Yes, Mom, I'm sure." Until that day, I said, "If only you held me back." Of course, my mom, being all motherly, just hugged and told me how many friends and achievements I may not have had if I stayed back. For example, the final football game against Corden, when all the seniors and football players were in the center of the circle chanting, "We just won." Or seeing the senior soccer girls bring home a sectional trophy. Or even the final Power Buff block by Tucker as all of the seniors were chanting. I would have missed graduating with this class. None of those memories would have been the same without you all. I have spent so many years with all of you guys, and I know that we are the people that will make a difference in the world. We are a class involved with changing the school ranking system and the first class to paint our parking spots. We have overcome so much, and we will always go down fighting. To my parents, who have always told me that I will be my biggest critic, thank you for knowing that I put enough pressure on myself. I remember coming home from school one day in tears saying, "Guys, I need to tell you something that's going to upset you." I failed a road quiz. They both just laughed and knew I had already given myself a lecture about not getting an A. To my teachers that gave me the confidence and drive to want to be on top, I thank you. Especially to Miss Freeberg. She was a teacher that showed me hard work could take you wherever your mind wanted to go. She is a reason I went for honors and beyond. These 4 years, I have counted every grade letter and every percent to prove to myself it would all be worth it. And thank you to Mr. Jones, who has always checked up on me these past years. He was a teacher that I could be my sarcastic self around. To all my classmates and especially close friends, I want to thank you for making my years at North Harrison memorable. I will always have these memories to look back on and smile. I wish you all the best with your future plans, but always remember the only thing that can hold you back is yourself. Thank you.
For our second graduation speech, I would like to introduce Sadie Rothrock.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the class of 2020. Today, I'm going to start off with a quote by Winnie the Pooh that says, "I always get to where I'm going by walking away from where I have been." When I first heard this quote, I thought about how relevant it is to each and every student in the class of 2020. Not only did it make me think about all the trials and tribulations we have faced, but I thought about all the places we still have to go. Class, we have faced the ultimate test of perseverance. We were born into this world during our nation's darkest chapters, and we are now venturing out into the real world during a pandemic. I like to believe that these tragic events have occurred during some of the class of 2020's biggest milestones because we could handle it. In middle school, we were told that we were small but mighty. After years of trying to decipher the meaning of this saying, I think it's finally come to light what this truly means. Class, we are small. We are not only small in class numbers, but we are also just a small particle in the entire pool of 2020 seniors. However, we are mighty. We are strong as individuals, but we are strong together. Quite frankly, there's nothing that can stop us. We, the class of 2020, have already made such an impact, and I am confident that we are not done yet. Just in our time here at North Harrison, we have technically won 3 class competitions. We were on our way to a 4th. We won Powder Puff and Powder Buff, not only as juniors and seniors, but as we came in as underestimated freshmen and won the female competition. Needless to say, all these accomplishments are something that most classes do not come through and achieve. We've always been loud and present in the fan sections. We've always shown up to support the school. We've had classmates on state runner-up teams. We've been on first-time sectional winning athletic teams. We have advanced far in state tournaments. We have been a part of historic years in which our choir and our band have been one of the best groups to come through the school building. We've always been small in numbers, but class, we've never been small in strength. You see, all these big memories have shaped us into the people we are today, and I think it's fair to say that we will treasure these major milestones for years to come. But I also believe we have a lot of small memories that make our time here at North Harrison so treasurable. Some of our best memories come from those lazy days where we had managed to convince the teacher that having an easy day was critical for our mental health, just so we could go jump into a trash can or prank a teacher or a classmate. Maybe it's that time you got the teacher off topic and got them to answer the most outrageous questions. Whatever those small memories might be, I'm sure they are good ones, and I'm sure they will be some of our most treasured memories here at North Harrison. We all owe many thanks to the numerous amount of people for getting us to where we are today. I would first like to thank my parents. I would like to thank them for being the epitome of work ethic. Thank you for teaching me I have to work hard in order to succeed. That hard work will get me further in this life than anything else ever will. Thank you for always telling me to never give up and to just go after whatever crazy dream I'd come up with that day. I want to thank them for the continuous support by showing up at every extracurricular activity and for always providing me with my every need or desire. I would also like to thank my grandparents and extended family for being my #1 fans and for supporting me in any way needed. Next, I would like to thank all of my teachers. Thank you for every ounce of energy you have invested into me. I am certain each and every one of you have helped shape the person I am today. I also owe thanks to a few teachers who have helped shape me to a better person than one I was prior to being in their classroom. To Mrs. Reed, thank you for always advocating for the students and for me. Thank you for entertaining every single thought, rant, or idea I've ever had. I certainly would not be the same person without your wisdom or your guidance. To Mr. Rowe, thank you for not only pushing me, but every other student to be the best they can be inside and outside of the classroom. Thank you for the constant dose of reality each and every day. We all needed it. To Mrs. Martin, thank you for enhancing my argumentative skills. Not too many people can tolerate my constant arguing and questioning quite like you do. Thank you for always telling me I was right, even when I was more than likely wrong. I will miss the fun but educational times my classmates had in your classroom each and every day. The class of 2020 has truly been fortunate to have such a passionate group of teachers investing in us every single day. To each and every one of you, thank you. Class of 2020, I do not feel inclined to stand up here today and give advice on how to live life. However, I feel like we can set standards for us that are going to help us accomplish all the feats we are destined to accomplish. First, let's never give up. I know it is cliche to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Each and every one of us has a purpose to fulfill. Each and every one of us has so much talent to offer this world, and we need to use this talent to make this world a better place. As we all know and have already experienced, life is going to throw us curveballs. However, it's been proven time and time again that we are sturdy enough to withstand any curveball that gets thrown at us. Second, let's be honest, hard workers. A strong work ethic is what has gotten us to where we are today, but it will be what truly sets us apart from anyone else in any other generation. Third, let's never settle. Let's find what truly sets our soul on fire and let's go after it. No dream is too big or too small. Let's not be afraid of failure because let's face it, everyone fails at something. However, let's use those failures and setbacks to come back stronger than ever, just like we are familiar with doing. Fourth, let's be kind and humble. Enough hatred and arrogance exist without the need for any more. Let's speak life into each other. Let's be proud of where we have came from and what we have and will accomplish. But let's allow our actions to speak louder than any words. At the same time, let's be true to ourselves. Let's never allow other people to define us or our generation. If we have a thought, let's say it. If we have a dream, let's follow it. Finally, let's be grateful. Let's be thankful for every opportunity we've been given. Sometimes opportunity can be disguised as an inconvenience. However, let's be smart enough to spot the difference. Let's be thankful that each and every day is a new day, and every day we get to decide and change who we are going to be. Class of 2020, I believe if we follow these standards, we are going to change this world. F. Scott Fitzgerald once said, "For what it is worth, it is never too late, or in my case, too early to be." There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you've never felt before. I hope you meet people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Class of 2020, this quote is my wish for each and every one of us. Class of 2020, we've been preparing for this day for years. The time has come to gather everything we've learned and to walk out into the world determined to be the best version of ourselves and determined to make a difference. We have to walk away from where we have been to get to the places we are going to go. However, let's not forget what we have learned along the way. North Harrison Class of 2020, we have a world to go change. Thank you.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank Superintendent Dr. Lance Richards, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Steve Hatton, and the North Harrison Community School Board for allowing me to serve as principal at North Harrison High School. Each and every day, I get to work with one of the finest staffs and student bodies in the area. To this year's graduating class, it has been a privilege to serve as your principal. Where has the time gone? It seems like just yesterday you were waiting for spring break. It couldn't get here fast enough. And then in a blink of an eye, your senior year is over. Unlike any other graduating class from North Harrison High School, you will have 2 ceremonies to recognize your accomplishments. This one today, and then one later in July, where hopefully you will be joined by your parents, family, and friends to share that in person. In life, you will face many obstacles. I would like to say this pandemic will be the most challenging time of your life. And I hope that is true. But unfortunately for most, you will face several trials and tribulations throughout your life. In life, it's not the hard times that define your character. Yet, it's how you respond to the hard times that truly define who you are. You have already shown that you can handle adversity. Please do not forget your 3 3/4 years at North Harrison High School. Class of 2020, I will certainly miss each and every one of you. Class of 2020, it has been an honor. Thank you. Now, by the authority vested in me by the Indiana Department of Education and the state of Indiana, I do here certify to Dr. Lance Richards, Superintendent of North Harrison Community Schools, that the class of 2020 has successfully completed the required courses of study to be eligible for graduation. At this time, I present the class of 2020 to Dr. Lance Richards.
Good afternoon, and thank you. To the students, parents, staff, and school community, all of you have been terrific during this difficult time. I'm honored to serve as the superintendent of North Harrison Community Schools. I know you're not tuning in to hear me, so I promise to be brief. There's a story that goes around about Mr. Rogers' mom. In difficult times, she counseled him to look for the good in a bad situation by looking for the helpers. On this Memorial Day weekend, I'd like to outline a few of our helpers. Veterans, those that have served in our armed forces. It's kind of quaint to think about the fact that we sat here in November as part of our veterans program together. Hopefully we can return to that soon. Thank you for your service. To our healthcare workers stepping up every day to help those and make a powerful difference in our community, thank you. To our first responders on the front lines, helping those people that are in need on a daily basis, thank you. And I'd like to give a shout out to our cafeteria workers and those volunteers that came in to help us with our Grab and Go program. They prepared over 10,000 meals a week for distribution. Thank you. Many of these are people that are in our community, these helpers. So if you know of someone, please give them an appropriately socially distant thank you. Seniors, despite all that is happening, graduation is an awesome time. Graduation is a time to reinvent. It's a time of transition, and it's a time of choices. You have 3 choices that I'd like to pass along to you. Baseball player Yogi Berra tells us, if you come to a fork in the road, take it. You have a choice. Take a chance. Find your passion. Be nice. Mean people stink. There's no value in being negative. People won't remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. If you don't have anything nice to say, please don't say anything at all. You have a choice to be the kind of person you want to be. You will fall down, so get up. Most of the time, your successes are measured by your disappointments. I interviewed over 31 years ago several times for different jobs here at North Harrison. Had I gotten any of those jobs, I doubt that I would be your superintendent today. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. Michael Jordan missed more than 9,000 shots, lost 300 games. 26 times they asked him to take the last second shot, and he missed it. Yet he states, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life. That is why I succeed." John Quincy Adams, our sixth president, is quoted as saying, "Try and fail, but never fail to try. You have a choice. Stay down or get up." In closing, I offer one more challenge to you as seniors. There's a famous Chinese proverb that tells us that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Know this: hope is not a strategy. Therefore, I challenge each of you, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. I am proud of each of you. Stay safe, check on your friends, and hug your family.
Hello, my name is Mr. Daniel Wainscott. Each year, we have a number of graduates who aren't planning to attend an institution of higher education or entering the traditional workforce. But rather, these individuals have decided to make a commitment to our country by joining the United States military, which is certainly worthy of recognition this afternoon. At this time, I would like to recognize those students who signified this on their exit interview. Summer Atwood, Matthew Jones, Electra Knight, Erica McCarty, Jennifer Sellers, and Ethan Spalding. Again, we would like to thank you for your service in our armed forces. I will now read the names of the graduating seniors as they come across the stage. This is the part of the ceremony where I would typically ask you to refrain from shouting or making inappropriate noises. But I believe for the first virtual graduation, it would be okay if you would like to cheer in the privacy of your own home or viewing party. Samantha Knight. Jordan Johnson. Symphony Hess. Blake Morgan. Tony Scott. Tyler Oakley. Alicia Smith. Cassie Brooks. Sierra Fierce. Aubrey Anderson. Dual Goodwin. Abby Schroring. Kirsten Cox. Chloe Jacoby. Bailey Rudolph. Colin Sarles. Matthew Curtis Jones. Chloe Sig. Charlie Robbins. Jasmine Llewellyn. Dalen Brown. Ryan Donahue. Sydney Tronson. Shelby Dobson. Erica McCarty. Alexis Blessinger. Ellie Cassidy. Jaden Martin. Colton Watson. Tyler Novak. Juliana Manwaring. Zach Stewart. Caitlin Bonnie Gilroy. Haley Jean Arnold. Ethan Spalding. Michaela Dawn Whitaker. Chloe Stroud. Emily Stout. Madison Brooke Harned. Samantha Brooke Murphy. Emma Ruth Jackson. Shayla Gail Vest. Caitlin Parker. Kurt Gleason. Kelby McGinnis. Devin Stepp. Caitlin Stevenson. Austin Nolot. Alexander Orion Hill. Josh Cook. Malachi Sammons. Summer Atwood. Chase Long. Kyle Miller. Ethan Spann. Hallie Baumgardner. Jada McCarty. Sierra Simler. Taylor Walker. Sadie Marie Rothrock. Madeline Danae Marink. Ariel Renee Cam. Natalie Aaron Coomer. Mallory Ness. Zoe Lee Akers. Electra Knight. Haley Jade Wachtel. Mariah Marie Peak. Tabitha Pike. Madison Nicole Messick. Brooklyn Alexandra Wernert. Dalton James Baylor. Lydia Cunningham. Trenton Ferguson. Jennifer Sellers. Marcus McKinley Berger V. Sarah Rose Wainscott. Gabrielle Suzanne Scott. Naomi Lynn Scott. Luke Patrick Robertson. Lucille Elizabeth Robertson. Jocelyn May Engelman. Dylan Robert Saltzgaver. Haley Mackenzie Stewart. Seth James Cockrell. Tucker Donovan Wheatley. Jordan Gibson. Braden Michael Jenkins. Haley Morin. Bailey Skaggs. Isabella Gina Colantonio. Chloe Kentner. Dylan Brown. Mackenzie Taylor Cook. Gabriella Lynn Ortega. Kylie Shaw. Devin Tronson. Dawson Howell. Madison Nicholas. Tristan Kayanne Hood. Gracie Burnett. Zoe Milchling. Anna Bailey. Joshua Allen. Joseph Basham. Matthew Benson. Amber Birkenmeyer. David Sissel. Caden Coakley. Catherine Coates. Jasmine Cochran. Tamara Daly. Roger Davis. Kazar Evans Robinson. Jarrett Finn. Logan Ford Bowman. Dustin Geller. Grace Hug. Tyler Linton. Tyra Lucas. Logan McClure. Jacob Melcher. Rosemary Mills. Trinity Moots. Haley Ross. Brady Ruth Whitaker. Derek Saunders. Justin Scheindemantel. Taylor Shaw. Zachary Taylor. Jason Thixton. And now, a word from our governor.
Hello, class of 2020. I'm Governor Eric Holcomb. I don't have to tell you, this year hasn't been typical. You've lived it. You've been working toward this day for years, and you were looking forward to graduation ceremonies that look a lot different. But I'm proud, and you should be too, of the way you've adapted and met the challenges COVID-19 has thrown our way. And your accomplishments and hard work deserve to be recognized. If you're looking for a word of advice, remember what Lincoln said. Whatever you are, be a good one. You have unique abilities, and wherever your future takes you, hopefully here in Indiana, I know you'll put them to use, and your hard work will pay off. As you continue your education, or join the military, or step into the career you've chosen, I'm confident you'll make Indiana and our world a better place. Congrats, grads.
I would like to thank everyone for viewing this afternoon. I look forward to seeing everyone in person in July for our second ceremony. Thank you and congratulations, North Harrison High School class of 2020.